everyone. Greetings from National Skills Network. One of the new areas which is very exciting and going to disrupt, agriculture in a very big way is drones. And so far, if you have visited our website, you would have seen that we have already started publishing on drones, and we are also meeting people who are experts, who are scientists, who are doing a lot of work in drones in agriculture, how it is applied and how the data is analyzed, and also many other aspects of advanced application of drones in agriculture. So today, in the same context, I have with me Dr. Sunita Chaudhary, who's from ICRISAT Hyderabad, and she's a scientist. So I would request Dr. Sunita to introduce herself and tell us more about what she's doing with drones and how it is going to play a very important role in the coming years in the agriculture field in India and also elsewhere. So over to you, Dr. Sunita.
Thank you, Madhuri. So my name is Sunita Chaudhary and I work for ICRISAT. I'm a agriculture resource scientist. We work under a domain of system analysis for climate smart agriculture. We do a lot of things and which is related to agriculture, and now is the era where technology is having an intersection with science. So it's drone is a beautiful aspects of this. So I'm happy to be here and talk about the drone.
Okay, great. Thank you. And thank you so much for accepting our invite for this conversation at such a short notice. But the context also has a larger implication. So let me start by asking you about the training you underwent, Dr. Sunita, and how is it now helping you in your research, in agriculture and applying it and other aspects, with the certification that you got from the academy?
Yeah, so my experience with academy is really, really good. What happened that I was initially not sure like what kind of training we are going to get, but I wanted a training because I wanted to move in this field. And so training start from very systematically, start from theory, then the virtual flights, and then the real flight. So very systematically they make you to move. Apart from that, important thing is that they take a lot of time in sensitizing you about the drones rules and regulation, because it also comes under DGCA, and where the ATS on all those rules you have to follow. So they take good time to sensitize like how the air traffic, what are the green zone, what are the red zones, where we can fly, where we cannot fly, do's, don'ts, and also if you have an accident or if you are stuck somewhere, whom you have to report, what are your steps. So all this, it will give you a good confidence that you can take your drone in sky.
Yeah, so it must have been quite exciting. Now back to your, the lab environment and the beautiful ICRISAT campus. Tell us a bit more about how you're using drones and also how it's going to transform agriculture in India in a big way in the coming years.
Okay, so I will start with a sentence that drone not only agriculture, but it is going to transform in many other fields also. It has a lot of scope. So when drone rules, drone came up, it's upcoming technology and it's booming in every field. Every field is exploring. Some fields are very advanced and some are like still trying to figure out what best can be done. So when it came to agriculture, a lot of people think about the mechanization. So mechanization is one part of it and is an important part. But then there is a drone where it can be explored in high-end science also. So in agriculture, you might have heard a lot about the spray, mapping, surveying, modeling also. But then there is another thing which is like the characterization. So if I have to tell very briefly about agriculture, when you develop a hybrid variety or line, you the breeder who develop this product, they have to go through several seasons of testing and several thousand of lines to be characterized. When I say characterize, in our terms we say phenotyping, and phenotyping is a lot of headache. And it is a big gap where still the technology are limited. Lot of things get done manually, and drone is the one technology which is moving, which has the scope to fill this gap. So although the phenotyping industry outside the India is $1 billion industry, but then your sensors, whatever is used, your plant has to go to sensors. But drone is the technology which bring your sensors to your plants, means your natural environment in your field, in beautiful campus, it can fly, and we don't have to bring the plants to the sensors, but sensors can go there. We can characterize this. So in this aspect, there are few more steps. It's not that you fly and you get it. You have to establish a pipeline where images can transform into a character what you want, like a plant height or flowering time or plant count. So those kind of pipeline we are building in AgriSearch.
Okay, very interesting. Maybe you can also give us a simplified example, perhaps, which people can understand better. Is that something you can do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say you have a 10,000 type of lines which you need to characterize, which I say phenotype. And the breeder wanted to select it for, let's say, the higher plant height. There are some area where this kind of lines are required because the higher plant height is also related to higher fodder purpose. So India is a mixed livestock cropping system where farmer not only have the wanted the grain but also the fodder or the forage for their animals. So in that context, if breeder has to develop a product or hybrid which or a line or variety which require high plant height, so what it has to do, those 10,000 lines, it has breeder has to either put the manpower there to, and they will go with the scale and they will measure, and it will take months and months of time. But then if you fly a drone over that breeder field,
Yeah.
plots layout is there, and you develop a image extraction or image analysis pipeline where each plot can be segmented, and you use different kind of machine learning algorithms or different type of algorithms, and then you can extract. Then it is much easier, like you can do it in half day, like you fly your drone and you get the data like over 10,000 plots that this is the plant height variation. So
I think this is simply incredible, the way it is going to happen, saving time. There is precision, lot of precision, and also you're getting all the data which can be analyzed. So there is application of data science and other latest technologies, as I am able to understand as a layperson with my limited knowledge. So later on, as we go ahead, maybe you can also use another example to illustrate whatever research applications are happening with drones. And also, since you've been in Hyderabad and there was this recent conference on geospatial technologies, I'm sure you are well aware of all the developments.
yes,
So how do
yes.
you see our state and our city, that's Hyderabad, playing a role in drones in the development and research of?
I really um, um, appreciate the efforts of Hyderabad, and also I feel sometimes I'm blessed that I'm here because I got the access to those training, because many of the state is still figuring out about this training, and many of the women like me or other people who are interested in drone field doesn't have a way to access this kind of training. So I see very bright scope for Hyderabad, and a lot of startups are growing. They are mushrooming here,
Yeah.
and they're getting a chance. And people are aware about what drones possibilities, and then they are getting a job in many other fields. So
Hmm.
it's much brighter. Like I.
And from your research, if we have to imagine a scenario, let's say, in terms of the actual farmers or people, agricultural professionals who are in the field of agriculture and who are interested in drone applications, or people who are connected with the drone ecosystem, which is still evolving. How do you foresee opportunities in terms of, let's say, somebody wants to have something like a self-employed, role,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
or people who want to create jobs or become entrepreneurs? Or is there something like that which is going to unfold in the near future?
Sure. Yes. So in drone technology, we have two parts. One is hardware side, and second is software side. So on hardware side, the piloting is one thing where lot of scope is there. You can have the pilot license certification, and then you can. Many people need this kind of pilots.
Yeah.
So there is a scope there. But in software, where like you do imaging,
Mhm.
and you also need some that skills to image analyze. So
Mhm.
that is also unfolding, and there is a lot of scope there, because after images, if you have to extract some information, you need a pipeline, and a lot of people work on there, and there is lot of scope in this also. Like it is going to transform a lot. Like yes.
Yeah. And so there are a lot of opportunities coming up. And also, I'm sure many women also can take up these roles, right? Both the roles on the piloting side as well as, the analysis side, right?
Yes, yes. So all the women who are certified, they can take this pilot role, and all the women who have this IT kind of skills, they can be a part of this image analysis, mapping, survey, modeling, precision agriculture. Yes, many other things also. Like in this videography, photography is also. So drone has come up with a lot of scope, like right from photography you can go up to remote sensing, like validations of remote sensing. So there is a lot of scope in this.
Yeah, yeah, great. And now coming back to the field of agriculture, Dr. Sunita, you were talking about the application of drones, and you gave an example from ICRISAT right now what is happening, and you have also invited us to visit and watch. That's so nice of you. We might be doing it very soon. But I also have another question for you, a larger one. I think all of us would be interested to know how exactly research in agriculture pertaining to drone application is going to create a positive impact in the field of agriculture itself. So can you tell us a bit more on this?
Yeah, so if you see overview, what is the role of any agriculture research organization to serve the farmer? And ICRISAT comes with a very specific role where work for semi-arid tropics, and especially small and marginal medium uh, farm holder.
Yeah.
So we can serve better this community by developing a best product which can suit to their environment and suit to their requirement.
Mm.
So this is a long process. Developing a product or developing a line which can suit to their environment is a long process. It's sometimes it takes 5 to 7 years. This is the minimum I'm saying. And then and what is the main constraint in that is phenotyping. So drone has a potential to fill this to make this faster. So
Mhm.
if there is a phenotyping could be faster, this development or the selection of lines which has the most suited characters or traits which can serve this environments will be faster and will be easier.
Mm.
Yeah, so this research organizations have lot of ingoing process where these are the bottleneck. Phenotyping is a major bottleneck where this characterization take a lot of time, because there is a number of plants where they have to select. So if they have 10,000 first season, they will select for some 5,000 of that. Then next season they will select out of that 2,000 from that. Then like this it goes 7 generation. So some crop you can take a few generation per year, but some crop you can take only 1 generation per year. And the selection has the critical role. Best the selection, best the product.
Mhm.
And best selection could be only possible when you have enough data to select, enough traits to be characterized, and their data is present in your inbox to select. And that way, drone is going to help us in
Yeah.
characterizing this faster and more precise. So precision agriculture is the first target of the drone technology.
So in other words, to sum up, it's all about precision agriculture.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So besides all that we discussed just now, Dr. Smita, is there something else you wish to add to all the points.
Yeah, I'm quite open to drone technology, and I see a lot of scope for drone technology in not only in research but in seed sector, in agriculture, in extension activity. Also, farmer not only face one problem, but there are many other challenges like different kind of disease attack, pest infestation, or the deficiency symptoms. So drone can help in this all aspects with phenotyping aspects, not only to research but to also farmer field. And this characterization is all in pipeline. It will take some time, but once we are up with this pipeline, it all can be served much better way and much precise way.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunita, for sharing all your expertise in such simple and easy ways for us to understand. And from an organization like ICRISAT, I'm sure you're going to make a global impact with all your research and how the farmers would be benefited in future. Thank you so much.